Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, how you doing? You doing all right? I hope you are realizing the nature of the creator that is within, that can look at, just struggles and find the grit of what's going to propel you up and above every single hurdle. I know that is the real us. Now, that said, I'm coming here. Hopefully I can do different shares today. I don't know, but I wanted to give a fair alert that you need furnace of affliction. I'm speaking just honestly. It is what it is. There is no other book of its kind on the planet. And that's because it not only lays out the basics of man-made radiation and Fukushima fallout, it also goes over in much depth the remedies. There's no book of its kind on the planet. Now, I'm saying all of that because Elizabeth Warren, Miss Pocahantas herself, has just demanded that Amazon censor their best-selling books. Now, I do not conclude that it's my book specifically that is causing this. I just look through a topic that I can only Negro spiritualize because of the censorship that's on They Thug. And so I can't cover it at all in a way that whoever knew that I would be thankful of Nicki Minaj, of all people, who I am thankful for nothing else that she does. Okay? Definitely, that is like, whoa, she is why we are now suffering with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. But there were others who made it an easier crooked road for her to just grace all of us with hell. But congratulations, Nikki, begrudgingly, on waking up and saying something that I can't even mention what it is. So that's what Elizabeth Warren on the surface is aiming for. However, and when I went to look up the various books, one of them is like number one in top books on that particular subject. It's even amongst best-selling books. The second one, as far as best-selling, isn't even actually as best-selling as my book, Furnace of Affliction, in terms of all the top sellers on Amazon. That is pretty incredible. And because in my Negro spiritualizing way, I can conclude, when you kill oceans, you lose. It's enormous. It's global. And they've known about Fukushima forever. They've been lying about it on a level that you can go to the books. I put out the book list for you. You could verify that radiation is the most toxic thing in existence. And so I conclude that all of the malarkey that we're seeing is a setup so that they can stem the conclusions that the general public would reach about the origin of the upcoming deluge of death. And they'll just say, it must be that, joke scene that everybody's been taking. How convenient that's going to be when the joke scene is definitely, oh my goodness gracious, don't you. If you need to just move in with your friends, your family, that's what we got to do, okay? Because there's no compromising with your bloodstream. I'm just saying, all right? But that's still, I theorize, that's why they are recommending subsequent, they just want to keep you on the scene of joking month after month or, 4 times a year, whatever, is because I imagine the substances in it It's not like your DNA is going to recognize what the heck that stuff is. It's going to work on getting it out. I'm not saying it's not going to do biocumulative damage. Oh, the hell yeah. So don't get it at all. But I would conclude that it's still, and you know what? The joke scene could also be including radiation, because that was part of the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, as I've read and has been put forth. There's been no confirmation thereof, but the speculation is because the U.S. government was steadily injecting whole bunches of people with radiation and not getting their consent whatsoever. So here you have a whole population of the people they can't stand, black men. Black women they can't stand either, because their wives were subject to that syphilis, okay? But the postulation is that they were also injected with radiation, okay? And so I was looking at a video the other day. I want to thank you, Sister Sunda Kia Ngunza. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Queen. Because this sister put out just she did research and found Rachel Carson. I was in the meme talking about DDT, and she put a link there. And when I went looking, I know about Rachel Carson and her fight against the use of DDT, but I had heard about her years back, and I didn't know until I just scrolling through found this little clip that shared her.
Biologist Rachel Carson, who also wrote The Sea Around Us, worked 4 years in the preparation of Silent Spring. What she wrote started a national quarrel.
Chemicals are the sinister and little recognized partners of radiation in changing the very nature of the world, the very nature of its life.
And so she clearly stated, and this is for educational purposes, that chemicals are the partners of radiation. That would put the emphasis grammatically on the radiation. But her book was solely about DDT. I'm not saying DDT is awful. It has been banned in the U.S. It's been banned in several countries, not every country, but nobody has addressed the proven species obliterating force of radiation and the die-off of billions of species planet-wide since Fukushima was first popped off. And so I just conclude it's a matter of time before they just, because it is what it is. The second highest selling book going over the topic that they say they want to go after is a less frenetic seller than my own. I'm not saying that there's lots of people out there buying any of these books, so please buy your own. But even besides what it has to do with me, it's what it has to do with you. If she's going to be censoring the best-selling books, you know how these people are. They still delete our comments. They are shadow banning. The more of a threat you are to their hegemony, the lower your ranking. I'm just astounded that Sister Rashid is just like, what? That sister has such an analytical genius. She should be a #1 channel, all right? I could sit back and say, well, maybe it's, that sciencey stuff, even though you're eating that sciencey stuff on your plate, okay? Rachel Carson, I just wonder, was she a shill? But still, she even acknowledged what was going on, and they're still allowing it to go on, even though Clinton got up there and apologized for all the radiation experiments. I think people who listen to my shares or are participants on my IG account, because you let me know about this. I didn't even know that there was just a whole full apology. I knew that they had done investigations, but I didn't know Clinton got up there and just confessed. Yes, they did experiments using radiation. They're still doing experiments using radiation. Otherwise, they would have said something about Fukushima and the fallout, because they know there is no safe dose level of radiation. All they do is increase the allowable level in our drinking water, and then that goes into what we are eating, and forget about the rain. They ain't checking that at all. And so if this were an end, this apology were sufficient for them to have stopped, they would be telling us the truth about that. And they're depending on we'll be overwhelmed. If the death of one human is a tragedy, but the death of 1 million humans is a statistic, the death of one fish is even more so something that you get overwhelmed by and your senses shut down. But we are organic beings. What's killing them, and these are the starfish, long before any joke scene out there, they called it starfish wasting disease. And they were dying by the millions. And the eagles, these eagles, what? There's all contagion that one size fits all? No, everything is going out because the radiation is obliterating to not only organic life, but inorganic matter. And they ain't saying a damn word about their beloved bald eagles dropping dead out the sky, right? They blame all of this on all kinds of reasons that have absolutely no basis in logical, deductive reasoning. 1/4 of the gray whales dead. And look at all these sea lions. They ain't taking a nap. And these birds, 9 states, birds are just disappearing. Yeah, they 29-ton crab recall. Where'd this crab come from? Came from Alaska. Okay? The waters that were hammered by Fukushima radiation. Right? 9,200 dead Alaskan seabirds. I could just keep going. Okay? There's a regular photo. All these, I think these are pilot whales. All dead as far as the eye can see in this photo here. Pilot whales are extremely intelligent. They know exactly how to get around the planet, and for them to beach themselves like that, nah, that's not because they were just lost and confused because of some sonar. Sonar's been around forever. Okay? But that radiation, this is what it does. This is unprecedented. It's affecting everything. I could just, it's crazy. It's crazy. Right? Come on now. That's who we're dealing with. And so Warren's going to be exempt from the same censorship that keeps us little folks quieted down. Right? She's going to be exempt from Facebook censorship. What? No, that's because she's an operative. When you're at that level, you're all operatives. There's just no way that they would ever let you up that far unless you are cooperating from one to the other. And the die-off is just, this is the side that because they've created a whole spectacular around the planet that we don't see. I still collect the obituaries, especially if someone died from cancer or if they died mysteriously, because they are really upset that the rappers and the actors and the athletes have not convinced you and me to be stupid as the hell that they insist on ruling our lives. So Norm Macdonald out at 61 from cancer. And this is sad. This beautiful young lady, I don't know, SB Champ's daughter dead at 19. I've been talking about our youth dying unnaturally for years. Ain't nobody pay a damn lick of attention to it. Now all of a sudden everybody's acting like they give a damn, okay? No, you didn't. Otherwise you would have paid attention to that. So I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. They're muddying up the waters so we don't see all the dead sea life and things. Sister Cho told me in a comment that 9 dogs in her apartment building, she lives in Toronto, Canada. 9 dogs in her apartment building died from cancer. Canada got hammered. She used to have a nest of wren outside her window, and she loved to look at them. She said they're all gone. They're all gone. Okay? I'm just trying to stop this. And they are going to do their best to stop anything, anybody who wants to be here to save you. Ashe to Kevin Falk's daughter, Kevion Falk, and my condolences to him and the rest of her family. Beautiful young lady, and I'm very sorry about that. What I'm going to say right now is not to shame her. I'm just going to say she looked like she enjoyed eating. Okay? That's all I could say. But if you do not have a just sort of not control, because I'm a food addict, there's no doubt. I've had to develop little tricks to keep myself from eating every single thing in sight, and I finally managed to get to that point. I ain't skinny. I ain't planning on trying to be skinny, but I'm just saying that when you have those unchecked appetites, you're going to be taking in more radiation. That's a given. That's a given. I know I'm taking in radiation because I don't have my own farm, and the rain is radioactive. It's on everything. It's being absorbed by the roots. I simply know how to get it out, and I put it in a book that more than likely is about to be censored. This book is a rescue. That's what it is. And it might not be available to you forever. Might not even be available to you in a month, because you see how nutty these people are. So please share the video. I thank you to everybody who has given this book 5 out of 5 stars. What? This is a easy thing to do. If the book is taken down, you will still be able to purchase it from me. But I cannot charge just $25 and you're going to get it with free shipping, because that's what happens if you put it at $25. Shipping's included. No, the book will be $30, and shipping and insurance will be extra on top of that. The book is definitely worth it. Okay, it's worth it at more than this. But at the same time, get it off of Amazon while you can. I love you, family. Straight Black family pride. Always, you know the hunt is on, because that is the map to forever. Peace and blessings.